This game is coded in such a manner that they don't use too many resources. Portal was released in 2007 while Portal 2 was released in 2011. The Portal and Portal 2 are a unique genre of games. If you love them, you will find them very addictive, and if you don't like the first-person puzzle action adventure, you will just not be able to play it. The game also features some of the futuristic concepts and weapons which make the game more sci-fi and interesting. FIFA 14 brings in a different level of AI. Players have the intelligence to adjust their stride and shot angles to ensure the ball hits the goal. The game is more realistic compared to some of the previous versions of FIFA as the players can pivot, cut, and tackle other players as in the real-world game. The first game was released in the year 2007 and was developed by Ubisoft and has been an incredibly successful series and was based on a new concept and gameplay that was ever seen before 2007. The game was released on Microsoft Windows and PS3 and Xbox 360. The game has missions to clear, and the main character is Desmond Miles, the player required to complete an assassination of public figureheads or covert missions as the game progresses. It is still one of the most famous open-world games and is downloaded thousands of times by PC gamers. The game size is 2 GB and is priced very low now if you wish to purchase the original game. The game is one of the most fun games to play, and several mods have been released since its release, including the infamous Hot Coffee mod with all the adult content. Excellent background music, one of the best stories. The graphics were unmatched when the game released in the year 2001. This game had many firsts. The bullet decals and shadows were extremely detailed for the generation. The game was a massive hit among the gamers community back then. It was so engulfing that gamers did not sleep before ending the game. The game is set in the early 1900s and makes you feel very comfortable and easy with the slow pace of events and old cars and buildings. The graphics are great, and the game can be played on any older PC or laptop. In 2010 there was a follow-up game, Mafia 2, which is more like a remake of the older version. You can play both games if being a good gangster is what you wish to become. The game was released in the year 2004 but was overshadowed by the Counter-Strike Source, which is considered to be an epic game for FPS gamers and is the best training ground if you wish to improve your in-game shooting skills. This is the fourth game in the Call of Duty series and was released in the year 2007. The game was very successful and sold more than 11 million copies. The game is based on the conflict between Russia and the US, and the story takes place in the year 2011, where an eccentric leader has executed the president of an unnamed country in the Middle East and starts a civil war in Russia. The single-player and multiplayer modes of the game offer good, interesting gameplay. This was the 8th game in the Call of Duty series. The game continues with the fictional battle between the US and Russia. The game was released in the year 2009 and was a highly rated game and had a score of 94% on Metacritic. One of the most revolutionary PC games in the industry's history, Half-Life 2 continues the story of the scientist Gordon Freeman and is an extremely lightweight alternative for you to play. And since it was released so long ago, nowadays Half-Life 2 can run even in the slowest computers without any issues whatsoever. Not only an accessible game, Half-Life 2 is also a piece of video games history worth enjoying.